Good evening, I'm Jeannie Lee. It's a well-known fact that how something tastes depends a lot on how it smells. And unfortunately for the people of Hamilton, their drinking water isn't exactly smelling tasty these days. And people of Toronto are being told they may be in for some of the same. Michael Wise is standing by live to explain. Michael?
Jeannie, works officials are saying that conditions in Lake Ontario are ripe for some of our drinking water to possibly take on a bit of a rotten smell. Two things have to happen. The first is the lake temperature has to be relatively high. It is. The second is the presence of a specific type of algae. Now, it hasn't shown up in the waters off of Toronto, but earlier this week it showed up in Hamilton.
It's horrible. It's a horrible smell.
Linda McGrath had an unpleasant experience when she woke up Wednesday. Her morning coffee took on a swampy smell.
We tried boiling the water, to get rid of some of the taste or the smell or the bacteria, and it was still really very strong, so we just had to go down the street and buy it.
The problem was in the water off Hamilton. A huge cloud of algae formed, turning the water green. Each year around this time, water can turn foul. This year was one of the worst in recent memory.
The phones were ringing off the wall. I didn't get much accomplished other than answering concerns about the water quality.
Water filtration can get rid of the algae, but it can't get rid of the smell. It comes from a compound produced by the organisms. It's in minute quantities, but it can foul things up. That has officials at Toronto's largest filtration plant getting the word out in advance.
It's really an early warning. There's absolutely no concern from a health standpoint. The water remains perfectly safe to drink, but it's just that the noticeable taste and odor, I guess, gives the impression that it may not be good to drink.
The algae hasn't shown up in Toronto waters, but with the conditions ripe, there's no telling what could happen.
If the winds turn around and come out of the southwest and tend to move the surface waters that are at this side of the lake to the other side of the lake, it's going to contain that or carry that algae-laden water with it.
Now, Jeannie, officials will send out an official notice if the water does turn foul, but you'll probably notice on your own. They say if it does happen, there's little you can do except wait for the algae to die off or go away. In the meantime, you can try using a water filter or buying bottled water, and they say one of the best things to do is probably just keep a jug of water on hand in the fridge. At a lower temperature, the smell is less noticeable.
Thanks for the advice, Mike.